Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and my new vlog. This is going to be part 2 of ranking my makes for 2024, and I am going to rank my sweaters and cardigans, ponchos, and of course also I'm going to rank my nativity scene, the figures from that. But first, who am I? My name is Linda, if you have not been here before. So welcome if you're new and welcome back if you're not new. I am Norwegian, but I live in Spain. I'm a teacher and I love to crochet and knit. But the last 2 years I've been crocheting the most. But in December I've actually been knitting more than crocheting because I had a big order. If you like watching these ranking videos, I recommend you go and watch part 1 of this, me ranking my items from 2024. There I rank my headpieces and my purses and bags and amigurumis, except for the nativity scene that I rank in this video. So now let's just start with these cardigans and sweaters. This is one of the sweaters. I'm not going to go in chronological order. That's impossible. I don't remember. I'm going to start with this because this is something that I wear all the time. I love it. I love the color scheme. I love the wavy, the pattern that's wavy. And I made this following Crochet by Jenna. It was the Tom Daly sweater, as it was called. I am 100%, I mean, it's a 10 for me, as I love it, but there's some flaws, so I have to go down to a 9, 8, 9. I think I'll stop at a 9. But it is that this part here, down here, is a cast on too tight. I wished I hadn't done that, so it would be wider, and I would also add some 5 centimeters to the length. Other than that, I'm happy as you can be. So a 9. Then I have this one. I've made 4 of these, 2 small ones and 2 in this size, a medium size. This is double crochets, no, triple crochets, and then I made one that had quadruple crochets. I went around 3 times, cast on 3 times before I, well, you know, if you crochet, you know what I mean. I really love it. That one I sold the other day to a friend of mine. He wanted to give it to his wife, so I don't have that anymore. But I am going to give both this and that one a 10. I love the color scheme. It's beautiful, and I'll give this a 9, and the other one that's with bigger holes, I give that a 10. Because I really love that effect that it has bigger holes than these. But a 9.5 then. This is of acrylic yarn, and this is of wool, merino extra fine from Drops. This I don't remember the mark, but it's acrylic yarn. I don't do much acrylic, but this is my favorite, to say it at least, the least. Then I made a couple of these. One that I have myself. This is for sale. This has a lot of white in it. Mine hasn't that much white. I really love this for myself, having it outside another singlet, t-shirt singlet. But I'd give this an 8. Or maybe a 9. For its purpose, it's fantastic. I love it. And I love it, the one that I have. Then I have this one, also the wavy pattern. I love the colors and love the pattern, but the execution on this one I'm not too happy about. It's kind of narrow, the sleeves are wide. I wanted them, of course, like this one. This will be for a child, but I think it's kind of narrow on the waistline. And it's acrylic, it's not as soft as this one. So this acrylic yarn I'm not really very fond of. So that being said, I'll give it a 7 or an 8 because I really love it, looking at it, but it's not as perfect as the other one. Then I have here a cardigan I made this summer for a child. It looks more like a robe, right? And of course you can tie these in a bow like that. And I love this crisscrossing in the front. And yeah, I really, really love this one. It's cotton yarn, and I'll give it a 9. I really love it. Kind of like I'm defending myself. I'm loving it, shouldn't I? Then I made this one, and this is from a pattern. I don't remember her name. I'll put it up here somewhere. But I followed. Yeah, I saw them from. Oh, what was her name? Stella. I don't remember. It's been a while since she's posted online on YouTube. So, but there is this girl in the States that makes a lot of these sweaters, and wow, I really love them. So I wanted to make them as well. So I made 2 of them. I gave one away to the son of my friend. So this, I will give it a 10 because I really love it. It is cotton yarn, a bit hard cotton yarn. It's not the softest, but it's really, really nice. I love it. Then here is another cotton cardigan. Beautiful gradient yarn, also with the crisscrossing. I love it. I can't give it a 10. I'm not very, very fond of pink and these, but I really like it. But I'll give it a 9. I do like it. I do. Now it seems like everything I make, everything I've made, I'll give it a 9 or a 10, 8 to 10. I might be too cocky, but I love them. This I made not so long ago. I made 2 that were not the same purple. It was more a bluish gray instead of the purple. So now this is the purple, and with this ribbings here, there, and not on the bottom. On the bottom is just this double crochet. I really like this as well, so I'm giving this a 9. Yes, I do. This one, I love the colors, kind of Swedish colors. Flag, the Swedish flag. Also something to put over a singlet. I don't know. I think I'll give it a 7. It's a bit small, but of course, people are small as well. Not everybody is as big as I am, luckily. And this one I really like. I love the colors. This is the sunset or the sunrise. So I'm not a big fan of the last one. So instead of giving it a 10, I'll giving it a 9. Love it. This is a bit heavy because this and this has this yarn that is half cotton, half acrylic. I think that was, I'm going to put it up here if I'm wrong, if I'm mistaken. But it's kind of raspy. So you can, if you have an itch inside your hand, you can just do that and you'll get rid of your itch. Then I made this from scrap yarn. From the Melissa cotton scrap yarn. I just randomly picked a color. Oh, red. Let me start with that. Another one. I haven't got more red. Okay, let me pick another one. Oh, okay, yellow. Let me tie that to the red one and continue. So I made the whole sweater that way, and it turned out fantastically. I am really loving. Look at these colors. It's ended up fantastic. You can see. Let me see if I can show you that. Yeah, like here, for example, you can see that the colors are going into each other, so it's not that in between the lines or whatever. It's going randomly. So this one, cotton, I'll give this a 10. Absolutely. Being yarn scraps, fantastic. I got 2 more later, I'll show you. I'm not giving those 10s, but that's for another reason. Then I have this one. A little, I don't know, tunica singlet. It's a little long, but it's very small, a very small one. I really love it. I really love this pattern down here. It's soft here. Here it's a bit more, not as soft, but very tight, so it's not see-through. You have these triangles on the front, and these straps in the back that are kind of wide. I really love it, but I haven't seen it on somebody yet, so I'm not sure. I think I'm actually going down to a 7. But if it was color-wise and this, I would give it a 10. I love this color. But I'll give it a 7 because I'm not sure whether it will work or not on a person, on a child, because it's that small. Then I have these. I've made a lot of these. I really love it. Love the crisscrossing in the back. This is a mixture between a pattern I found on Garn Studio, garnnews.no, and these things on the bottom that I just made myself. So I connected those two parts, and the crisscrossing, of course, was from the pattern. Really love it. I'm giving this a 10. It's perfect. I mean, I really love it. Not for myself, but for a person that could wear that. Then I have a small... finally, I'm going to the bottom part of the range list. This one, no, it is not good at all. I love the colors. They're beautiful. But it's, well, of course, it's a small one, so it's for a child, very small child. But it's not well executed. So I'll give this a 4, maybe even a 3. 3 or a 4. Yeah, not too happy about it. I have got another one that is bigger that I like more. Then I have this cardigan. This cardigan is very beautiful. It's big. It has one square, granny square in the back, a huge one. It has pockets on both sides, and the sleeves are plain but with ribbings. I really love it. It's well executed, and it actually fits me like 95%. Luckily, since there are no buttons, I mean, there's one button, but I don't have to use the button, then it fits me. And I will give this, I'll give it a 10, 9 or a 10. I really love this. Okay, going on. I made this one in this petrol blue, and I made one the same, that just unicolor, with a beige one that I gave away to my friend's wife. So I can't show you that one, but they were the same. I really love it. Short sleeves. I am going to give this a 9. It's very, very nice. It turned out fantastic. It's not my color, but the unicolor turned out really nice, so I'm giving it a 9. Here we have a poncho for a child. You can either use it like that, it's very narrow, or you can use it like that. So these are hanging down on the sides. I love the color, my favorite color. It's cotton, and it's soft, very, very soft. I really love it. I'm giving this a 9 as well. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9. Maybe I should give it an 8, but I give it a 9. Oops, here I have another one of those tops that I showed you, the red one. I gave that a 10. This is a bigger size, and it's the same. It's actually the same, so I can't give it something else than a 10. Well, color-wise, I'll give it a 9 because I'm not so fond of this color. I love it, but not love it. So I'm a 9. Then I have some knitted sweaters that I made. Fana is the pattern. This pink one, I think it's really, really cute, really adorable and nice. It starts with this chess or checkers pattern, chess pattern on the bottom, and then these line stripes, and then the stars on the top, or snowflakes or whatever. I love this one. I will give this, execution wise, I see that I could have done a little bit better job here. It's a little bit wrinkly, so I'll give it an 8 or a 9. An 8. Give it an 8. I made another one, this brown one. Color wise, I love it. These are perfect colors, but the execution is not as good as on the purple, no, the pink one. I made it the bottom double here. I kind of regret it, but I did it because it was bending. It was bending outwards, so it wasn't really nice. And it's kind of wrinkly, a little bit wrinkly down here, and especially on the sleeves. So execution wise, I'll have to give this a 5, but since I love the colors, I will give it a 6. Would have hoped or loved it to be nicer here. It's not, so a 6. Yeah, then I have 2 of these. I really love these colors. This is my favorite green color. And I've made a couple of, well, 3, 4, 5 of these green t-shirts. They kind of remind me of sports t-shirts. Like you would wear a bit loose. This is a small size, so it won't be loose on a person, on an adult. But I love them a lot. I will give these a 9. Maybe I should give them a 10. I got one myself. I don't give myself that one a 9. I will give that one a 7. But this one, a 9 or a 10. And the reason why there's a difference is because here, since this is small, there is not so far, it's not so far from this white part to the next white part, while mine has a very long distance between the white parts, so it's not as nice looking as this one. So that was those 2. Oh yeah, then I have more of these. I'll take this one because it's a little bit different. This one is really short, and this mesh part here is kind of on the area where the breasts are, so I am a little bit dreading how this is turning out. It has also got tassels on the bottom, which I love. Not everybody loves that, but I do. So I'm not going to give this a 10 or 9. I'm giving this a 7 because I'm a bit dreading the size, the fit of it. Yeah, these are the same. This coral one, I don't want to open it. It's the same. And this beige one, and then this blue one. This blue one, I love the color, and I'll give it a 9 or a 10 as the red one. This is a bigger one. I'll give this an 8 because it's kind of bland, the color. And I'll give this an 8, 9 because the color is better. And it's the same nice as the others. Here is the baby cardigan that I made. I'm really happy about this. I love the straps and the bindings here that I made, and the stripes. I think they're quite cute. Size-wise, it's very small, but this I'm going to give away now. A friend of mine is coming here, and he's got a little daughter, so I'll give her this. And but this I'll give this an 8. 8 or a 9. Well, 8 or a 9. Yeah, I really love this one. Actually, am I stupid not to show you? Here is the coral one. Beautiful. Yeah, 8 to 9. And then the beige one. What did I say? A 7? I think I said a 7 because it's kind of bland, the color. So some like the bland colors, but this one I'll give a 9 or a 10 because I love the color and the fit is also good. So yeah, there you go. It's a bit difficult to show them. That was all of that. I think I have more, so I will just change boxes. Oh, I'll be back. Okay, I found a couple of more items. Oof, there's kind of like a mountain in front of me here. This is a mesh shirt, singlet that I made this summer. I made it for a person, for a woman that I know, but it was a little bit small, so I made another one. I like this. It's nice. I'll give this a 7. Then I have this. I love these colors so much. There we go. These colors are adorable. I love the pattern, the wavy part. I love that the sleeves are wider on the end. I love this long thing, but it's quite wide up here. Also, the neckline is kind of too wide. Of course, it could be, nowadays they say that is the fashion, that it's supposed to be wide. But I'm loving the colors and the wavy and everything. That I'll give a 10. But see, the fit, even though I like it, it is something, I don't know, something is off for me, so I'll give it an 8. But yeah, really beautiful. Then I have something, this is kind of a, I don't know, strange project. I wanted to try to make a sweater and this gradient yarn that is really thick. So this is so heavy, oh, I can hardly lift it. I made this. I love the colors. I think it's beautiful. Really, really beautiful. But you can't wear this. I think the fit is also perfect. It's very nice. Everything is fantastic with it. Just that it's so heavy and the yarn is very, like you can scratch yourself with it. That's a good weapon to have if you need to scratch yourself. Weapon. Tool, good tool to have. But wearable? No, not so much. So execution wise, colors, the pattern, I mean the gradient scale and everything, I'll give it a 10. But since it's not very wearable, I have to go back down to 7 in total. If somebody, maybe you could use it as a weight belt. You know, when you go training, you put on some weight so it will be heavier to train. Maybe you could use this sweater for that, because I think it weighs 2 kilos. At least 1. Maybe I should go weigh it. Just a moment. Well, I weighed it. I weighed myself with and without it. And I think, I'm not sure if I can rely upon the bascular, the scale, but what it told me is that it weighs 1.2 kilos. So that will be like 3 pounds, almost, something like that. Heavy it is. Okay. This here, actually, I made it in December, January last year. So it's almost on the border that it shouldn't be in this video, but I am bringing it. I love these colors. It gives me Spain because the Spanish flag has these colors. I love these squares and I love the mesh. I haven't tried it on anybody yet. Not even my mannequin, because it's very small, so it doesn't fit the mannequin. I love it. I love the mesh, love everything about it, but I'm not sure it's very wearable to many people. Just the color, and it gives me such joy and happiness. I will give it a 9, but all in all, I think I'll give it a 7 or 6. No, 7. Give it a 7. Yeah. Then I got a couple of ponchos. I love these colors. They're so beautiful together. Kind of these autumn colors, green, orange, brown, and white. And it also comes with a headband. This one. So it goes together. I also made some fingerless gloves, but they were too wide, too big. They were too big for my hands, and I got big hands. This one, I will give this a 10. It is so beautiful. I love it. It has acrylic on the tassels, and this is wool, Nepal from Drops. I also have a blue one, and I love these colors as well. So I can't other than give this also a 10. And this is a little bit bigger, so this will be my size. Also acrylic yarn for the tassels because they fall better than wool. And it's the same yarn, the Nepal yarn, and it also comes with a headband like that. So it all goes together. So a 10 for that outfit as well. Then I have here a small t-shirt, open t-shirt in the back and the front. As you can see, a little bit open in the back as well. That I made from some yarn that I got from my mom's friend this summer. She had gotten it from another friend, and yeah, it's cute. It's not my style, but it's cute. So I'll give it a 7. 7 or an 8? 7 or an 8. I'm thinking I'm giving myself two good notes. Okay, here comes something that I wouldn't give myself such big notes, such high notes. This is a cardigan that I made. It has 3/4 of the length of the sleeve, but as you can see, the execution with it going very much in on the end here, not very nice. I guess it's the same on the other side, yeah. So it's very narrow here. Also, I am kind of pulling here. It's always going upwards in the front, so I have to pull it down in order for it to be nice. So execution wise, not so much. The pattern and the idea I love. I'd give the idea and the pattern a 9 or so, but the execution a 4, 5, maybe 4 or 5. So I'll give this a 5 in total. Here I have another mesh, a bit more not so open mesh, but more smaller. Yeah, it's cute, but it's very narrow in the neckline, so it won't fit many people. It won't fit a big head like mine. In Spanish we say when people are, oh, you're so thick-headed, like you're very stubborn. You're so thick-headed. That's very common to use. So I'm so thick-headed that I can't fit it. So I like it, but nah. I'll give this 5, 6, a 5. No, a 6. What's this? What's this? Oh, this is yeah. What? How? Oh yeah, this is something I tried to make for myself. Something big for myself, a top, because I love this in the back, right? But the execution of this is terrible. The idea, I'll give it a 6, and the execution a 2. So I'll give this a 3. I should just frog it, that's for sure. Why did I give it a 3? I give it a 2. Should I give it a 1? No, a 2. It's a lot of work, and I did a good job, but I'm not going to wear it. Now for 2 others of these scrap yarn t-shirts or singlets. This one I love. This is with another yarn. It's also cotton. This is saffron from Drops, while this sweater was Melissa, also cotton, but a little bit thicker. This is a thin cotton yarn, and I love this. So I will give this one an 8 or a 9. 8 or 9. In this one, I decided I wouldn't have anything that was white. So if I picked white, I'd just leave it out. I wanted all other colors than white. So it's a little bit edited, right? While this one, I had the white. This was the first. This one, I cannot give a 9 because the opening for the sleeve is not so good, so big. So this is kind of tight. I'll give this one a 6, actually. Even though I love the concept's fantastic, and the color settings is really, really nice. Let's see. I've got this one. It's a cropped acrylic sweater with long sleeves, like this here. I really like it. It's really soft. Yeah, it's adorable. It's not my favorite, and it's not my favorite colors either, but I'll give this a 7. Yeah, I think that a 7. Then I have this one. This may be from before. Oh, I think maybe this was from 23. Well, I'll keep it in anyway. I love these here on the sleeves, that I have some flowers here. I'm not so fond of this later I've been learning to make ribbings instead of just the single crochet. But the idea with a granny square in front and back and these flower on the sleeves I love. So I'll give this an 8, 7, 8. 7 or 8. I'm just because of this I'm not sure, but because of this, no, I'll give it an 8 because this is really giving it to the sweater. Now for this that is a bit bigger than the one that I gave a very poor note. This is better because it has sleeves a little bit. It's a short sleeve, of course. I love the colors. It has a good opening for the head, and yeah, it's quite good. So I'll give this a 6, maybe a 7. No, a 6. And then another cardigan. I loved making these. I made these in 23. I thought it was this summer, but it was last summer. Oh, I'm kind of not giving myself justice. Do I have to pull them out of this video? I'll keep them in. Well, I have to keep in something that is not so well done either, right? This has the same problem, I think, as the red cardigan, that I do it so narrow in the end. It's better that it's more, it's not like it's jumping to the smaller part, but it's very small, very narrow. Of course, it's not for an adult, it's for a child, but it's not that well executed. The same being with the front part on the bottom, you know, as I told you, that it pulls. I have to pull it down in order for it to stay down here, right? It doesn't stay because I made these a bit too firm, or yeah, they're kind of too short, as you can see down there. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of, yeah, it pulls. So I'll give this a 5. And the last, I guess I should have taken more, but well, no. Let me take this one. A plain one with blue colors. Yeah, I think maybe, look at this sleeve, the decreasing, not the best. On the other side it's a little bit better, so that's also a no-no, that they're not the same. So I love the front and the back, not a fan of the sleeves. I'll give this a 5 or a 6. Because of the execution, a 5. Yeah. Then I will put up the photos of my 3 sweaters that I knitted. I made two black sweaters with 2 knits, 2 purls, 2 knits, 2 purls pattern up here. And those sweaters were so difficult to make because they're black and it was very difficult to see if I was not in the daylight. I had to frog a lot, but they turned out really great. I'm not very fond of myself that pattern or that just one plain color, but it turned out really great. But since I'm not fond of it, I know others will say, wow, it's so beautiful, it's a 10. But in my eyes, I'll just give it an 8. But execution-wise, I will give it a 9+. Because I think I did a really, really good job. But for my own likeness, I'll give it an 8. While the red one, the Marius sweater, I'll give it a 10 every day of the week. I mean, it's so gorgeous. Also the execution, I did a really good job with this here. Normally, not normally, but a problem could be that I'm making it a bit tight. But since I went up a size in the knitting needles, it stayed really good. So I love that pattern. I love the red color, and those 3 colors together. It's the Norwegian flag, you know. So beautiful. I love it. I'll give it a 10. Marius, a 10. So I'll go out with a big bang, with a big 10 on the Marius sweater. Yeah, so that was all of the sweaters and the ponchos and cardigans that I have here right now. I'm sure I had more, but I'll stop there. So now I'm going to go find the nativity scene and we will rank the figures of that. I bought this stable at the China store, and then I made all of the figures that goes with the stable and the crib, the nativity scene. So first of all, this wasn't the first thing I made, but I think it was the first thing I made for the stable. This is a sheep, if you didn't know. I think you can tell that it's a sheep if you know that this is from the crib, but I followed a pattern more or less, but it was so difficult. So I'm not very fond of this at all. I am giving this a 2. A 2 for the sheep. You can go up there. Then the crib itself. This is made with a kind of big yarn. This is just very randomly made. I mean, it's I tried to make some legs with bubble stitches, so it kind of looks like a bathtub, right? So I thought that was a good crib. I'm giving this a 4. Yeah, 4 or 5 maybe. And then we have the baby Jesus. He is a small thing. There is a cone inside and there is a head here, and I made him kind of like Gloria in Norwegian. I don't think Gloria, this kind of like the angels have, or since he's the baby Jesus. And I made him sleep and not smiling, and he has his cute little nose, no arms, but he has a blanket. It wasn't that difficult, but it was one of the first, of course, that I made. Actually, I made this before the Advent started, so that I would have kind of cheated a little bit, since I reckoned I will run out of time. But I think I'll give him 6. Yeah, a 6. I'm happy with him, but he's plain. Of course, it's a baby. It shouldn't be very have many. Yeah. And then Maria, I gave her a cape, but it wasn't as long as it should have been, maybe. She has nice eyes and a smile. Yeah. I think I'll also give her a 6. You can stay there, but we need Joseph, of course. Here is Joseph. I gave him a blanket or a cape that's longer, and for a while I thought he looked more like a lady, woman than a boy or a man. But I thought, well, I don't care. He's got long hair, but who doesn't? I mean, it doesn't matter. So this is Joseph. I think I'll give him also a 6. Yeah, not like it's whoa fantastic. You can go in. Oh, let me see. I have to bring this out in order to get Joseph in, and the Jesus there, and Maria here. There you go. And then I made some presents because the kings were coming. So I made these presents. 1 red, 1 yellow, and 1 green. And just, oops. And I really love these. There's nothing inside, so I made so kind of hollow, but I put inside some card box, just some squares, so that they would have a bit of shape, so they can be over here. I mean, maybe I should wait a bit because I have to put one of the kings inside. Let's see. Let's start with this king. This king has got a beautiful cape. I love this, that you see the yellow strap going through. It gives him kind of a royal vibe, I think. And his hair with a crown, it's good. The crown is kind of simple and plain. It hasn't got these spikes on top that many crowns have. But he has got the sparkle in the eyes, he's smiling, and yeah. I really like him. I will give him an 8, maybe a 9. I'll give him an 8 or a 9, between there. So you can go in there, and now I can put these in front of him. Let me see, there, and there. Yeah. Oops. There we go. And then I made a cow. I thought it should have a cow since it's a stable, even though the shepherds only came with a sheep, I guess. I guess there was a cow in there. And this one, I tried to start with a pattern, but after just beginning, I thought, no, let me just make something that I will eyeball and find out myself. So I'm so proud of myself. The black one, that I made the black on the legs, on the feet, or whatever it's called on an animal. That I took as an idea or an inspiration from one of these tutorials, but then I just made it. And the tail with this kind of tassel thing, the manchas, the spots, love it, and the face as well. You can tell that it's a cow, kind of a little bit like a pig here, but no. It has horns, it has ears, it has eyes, and it has a nose and a mouth. So I think this is adorable, really, really cute. The execution is quite well. It's not fantastic, I will not give it a 10, but the idea that I was able to make this myself, I'm really, really proud of it. So I will give this an 8 or a 9, because I would never have thought that I could do this. I cannot draw this. So I'm amazed that I can crochet it. So this will be standing in front of the crib or the stable there. Maybe I have to turn it a little bit so it can be better see. Yeah. Then I made another king. Here's the other king. A little bit more simple, maybe the cape, than the other one. I just tied it in the front here. This crown has a little bit of these spikes, so you can more see that he is a king. His hair, you can see that he is going a little bit bold, as is the other one in there. But yeah, I'll give him an 8. It's not fantastic. Oh, I should have cut off his hair here. It's kind of like he has this rat tail that they used to have in the, when was it, the 90s? Okay, he is going to stand outside on this side, but then I need to use this for support so he can stand there. Yeah. And then I have some shepherds too, actually. Let's take this one first. I love the idea that I used just a needle or a hook for his, well, what do you call it? His stick, to be shepherding. I don't know if it's even a word, but to be working with his sheep. I got a little headband and this blanket around him. It's plain and simple. The idea and everything, I'll give this a 7 because of the hook. There we go. I can stay there. Oops. And then the other one, I'll give this a 7 as well. He looks more like he's got a fur. I think this looks more like a fur because this yarn is thicker. So it seems like it's more like kind of like a lady with a fur from a polar bear or something. But yeah, he's got sparkle in his eyes. Maybe he would have, I should give him an 8, but I think I'll stop with a 7. That both of them are a 7. They're not that different that I want to give this one an 8 just because of the sparkle in the eyes. Oops. Don't fall down, will you? Ah, come on. Stand on your 2 feet. You even got a stick to hold on to. There we go. And then for the last king, and this one I will give a 10. I am so proud of Balthasar. The only thing was that I forgot to make his nose. I have to do that later. But it turned out well. Look at his cape, huh? So beautiful with this golden part, really like a king. This is a double or triple crochet up here. This yellow or golden part goes all the way around. He also has this strap around the waistline, and on the hat thingy, and since he's more Arabic, he's got this like kind of golden thing and this white around, and I sewn on the hair to this headpiece, so you can see his hair sticking out. He's really happy, as you can see, and I love that I placed the white around his eyes. So this is a 10 from me. I really love it. Oh, there we go again. So there you have it, my whole nativity scene. I am so proud of myself for making all of these items and figures for this. Yeah, so that will be all for now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked seeing how I ranked my makes from the year 2024. And I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. Oops, so wobbly.